Yeah, looks like they're getting going.
Oh. Something happened with the second race? I don't know. But I know TortaDiego are off, so...
Yeah, only thing missing is Hazy's timer. Looks like he missed that. Oh well. We can just go off of Crisco's for their race.
Yeah.
Alright, here's the first big, potentially dumb thing that can happen in this game.
So Torta got a first passive. Fatso got not passive, which good job for. Actually, everybody else got passive. Holy cow!
Yeah. Yeah, these bees do 4 damage on contact, and passive bees where they just don't attack you. And it's pretty common to just take 2 bonks when that happens. So if you get double passive bees, you can just die. So you start with 16 health.
That's why you see Crisco probably avoid the last one, because otherwise he would have died if he had kept going. Alright, another interesting thing about the intro of X1 is that there's a thing called task cars, which Fatso, it's supposed to save a second or something like that, right?
Yeah, a little under a second, in like the best case. Like the cars, when they have the driver, they move a lot faster than X does walking. Ooh, Crisco goes right into the pit. But that's not so bad. Once you've gotten past the bees, that's where the checkpoint is. So dying before then is really bad, but this one's not so bad. But anyway, as I was saying about the cars, I totally forgot that I didn't finish that explanation. The cars move a lot faster than X does when they have their driver. So if you take a hit, let them get ahead of you a bit, then you can kill the driver and that can like pop X up on top of the car and you can kind of get a little extra distance out of that.
Oh, Crisco that goes down again. Something happened with the jump. Either like missed a jump or something. He recovered too from the cars. Both times try to baba him.
Yeah.
With the bullet.
Yeah, if they shoot early, that's really unfortunate, but it's pretty much up to RNG. I think it might be better for him to just beat up the cars and use the final car of the stage to take all the damage he needs.
Oh, there we go. He finally gets it for him.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's not taking enough damage. You do need 3 health for Vile to just go straight to his stunning attack so that it triggers the cutscene.
Yeah. So it looks like Hazy's got a reasonably comfortable lead at the moment. And TortaDiego and ColonelFatso are really close to each other. Now they mostly all have the boots. This is where things really start to open up. Also, there's a bit of a difficulty spike at this point because you're not just holding right and killing everything in your path. You also have to dash.
You want to time things, not killing everything, because then something else may spawn. So it's just timing-wise and knowing what to expect.
And I guess something to watch for is when they use what we like to call dash lemons. If you're in a dash or a dash jump, one of those 2 states, and you fire a lemon, it'll do double damage instead. I don't really know why they designed it that way, but it only applies to the first lemon that you fire from a dash. So it can be important to make sure you don't miss with those lemons in particular. A 452 kill from Fatso, that's actually pretty okay for a race time.
Yep.
501 from TortaDiego. Looks like
Any
ColonelFatso
better
has a bit of a
replacements
lead
here?
now.
Hazy's keeping up on Penguin. Penguin's been sliding quite a bit there for a second. Every time he was hit, he was
Ooh.
sliding again.
Came real close to taking a hit there. That would have killed him.
Yep.
Ooh, Fatso went for a right wall. What's this? I didn't know he did that kind of thing. I guess he
Fatso
might not
always
be
goes
Colonel
right wall.
Safe Strides. Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's the one that always gets on key people's case that no one in 100% does right wall.
Walrus did it.
Yeah, that's why he started doing it. He was like, alright, I'm gonna show you I can.
Alright. Yeah, I remember abandoning a right wall because it just happens so infrequently.
Hazy having some trouble with the climb. It's really precise on how to like jump and where to kick off of. So, but
Yeah, optimizing this stage is kind of a nightmare. You can sort of make it as hard as you want, but even like the easiest version is still difficult.
because the main thing with this stage is you want to use the dash kick. It gives you a further momentum and like you come out further.
And when you wall kick, you spend a brief period of time not moving, so it's slightly better to land on a platform and jump off. So that can lead to a lot of difficulty with trying to do things optimally.
Torta having a little bit of trouble in the beginning of the climb here.
Alright, Crisco deals with Penguin pretty nicely.
Fatso doing the dance of the Quanger, always a classic and fast wise.
Get some really annoying teleports though. The full screen ones.
Oh, when
He's
they're from
just
the
like
right side
not
to left
hittable for so long. Ooh,
side. Torta needs to get out of
TortaDiego.
there. No. It is some fast-paced movement. If you don't get the dance, it really can like you have to like just stay on the wall because he'll just teleport on top of you a lot of times.
Yeah, he has so many options for stuff to do. You can just kind of dash into you, throw the boomerang head, teleport. Can be really frustrating to deal with if you don't just get him in the loop. Ooh.
Oh,
Hazy getting some missed shots, but otherwise a pretty clean fight.
and Torta got some down too. So
Crisco in the latter half of the stage coming up though. So it looks like he's probably closed the distance between the two a bit, considering he had 2 deaths in the intro.
true. Oh, I was hoping Fatso would do his signature door. No, I'm just kidding. That would have soft locked. That would have been not good.
Yeah, and what Ultra's referring to is the Fatso door, where you phantom grab the door with a drop off the very final enemy of the stage. It's a really weird glitch that just kind of does like an item replacement in a boomerang. And for some reason, doors are some of the available objects that you can grab. So touching the door from somewhere that shouldn't have a door just soft locks the game most of the time. Crisco's having a kind of a weird looking fight with Coanger, but if he's careful, he might pull it off. I don't know if he's picked up a 1-up. If he dies, this could be a game over.
I'm noticing that Hazy and Torta are actually pretty close together, even though they're not racing each other.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, let's see if
I wonder
Fatso
if
goes for
Fatso's
Death
going.
Kick.
Yep. He'll be true, Colonel Safe Strats.
Oh, he did it!
Oh, he goes for it.
That strat is so good. It saves 20 frames or so. And if you die, it's right before the checkpoint. You have to do the whole first half of the stage again.
Welcome to Mega Man X. Save half a second or lose 30 seconds.
Alright, hopefully Crisco won't have any close calls for a little while. He's on to some of the easier parts of the game now. Chameleon, pretty much the easiest stage and fight in the game, even in a casual playthrough.
Yeah. He's pretty straightforward. He's almost like Mammoth stage. Mammoth stage is like just dash forward and you win.
Oh, Hazy taking a dive right into the pit. After grabbing that sub-tank, it can be kind of difficult to gauge how high you need to jump to get over the flame turret and land properly on a platform.
I've noticed all of them are going low, like really low percent instead of grabbing any kind of health or anything. Kind of see how this goes later in the game because everybody knows how Spider and Sigma goes.
Yeah. I feel like everyone's got their own choices for safety items if they desire them at all. Like both Hazy and TortaDiego, we got the sub-tank in this stage. So if they fill it up with enough juice, they can make use of that, at least against Wolf Sigma at the end of the game. Buy themselves an extra hit.
So that was a weird pattern from Thunder Slammer and ColonelFatso. I don't know if that was actually even a faster pattern or what that was.
When he stays on the ceiling the whole time, it's probably like maybe the second worst pattern, maybe just straight up the worst.
Oof.
Like probably the only thing I would say is arguably worse is when Thunder Slimer comes down but then starts jumping around. Like that's really annoying to deal with. Alright, Crisco's grabbing the sub-tank from Eagle as well. Ooh, he knows exactly how to handle all these platforms though.
Yep.
Didn't even come close to going into the pit.
Oh, Torta's getting that one pattern where he's bouncing around for days.
Yeah, exactly what I was talking about. Like, it's so laggy too. Like if he throws bubbles, it starts bouncing around, and if you use boomerangs, it's laggy. If you use anything else, it misses. It's just a really, really annoying fight.
Oh, it's Easting. I've never seen that before, really.
Yeah, it does the same damage as Boomerang against Thunder Slimer, and I find it, like, I like to use it, I just find it easier to mash out and hit with, because it comes out in front of you, whereas the Boomerangs kind of come from X's body.
Hazy getting a heart there, so we got some definitely some safety items going on.
Yeah, the Mandrill heart is one of the two that are pretty much free to get. Like, it's not far out of the way at all. The other one is the heart that's in Armadillo's stage that you'll probably see Fatso just run right by.
Because Fatso is top tier and we all know it. Yep, there goes the heart.
Oh, looks like Crisco's going for the Mammoth heart as well.
Yep. Which is not too out of the way, especially if you're using Boomerang.
Yeah, it looks like he took bottom route to get it, so it was a little out of the way, but there are worse items to go for.
Like Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles is pretty far out of the way. It can kind of be okay if you do the Phantom grab with it, and then get a really nice ride all over the stage, but that can be a little difficult to go for. Like, if you're on the level to pull that off, you probably just don't need it, you know?
Yep. And Colonel was given some major rules from Armadillo, which I think someone has the best time of Armadillo rolling was like 25 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, Armadillo can go for absurd amounts of time. It looks like Hazy and Crisco are pretty much grabbing the same items. Not sure if Crisco has plans of getting the Mandrill Heart, but it's so close, I think he will. And Fatso's making his way through Octo's stage. Ooh, he gets the searchlight on the second sub. That's... it seems like it would be a good pattern because it means he's not attacking you, but it's also incredibly laggy. That Utuboro, so you don't even really get to see very much of. You just see his little horn come out of the ground and then he's dead. You see a bit more of it than in 100% though. 100%, he's burrowing underground completely.
Yeah, so you get the underground one, yep. I was thinking the same Arturo, so I'm like, no, you don't. You actually kill him while he's underground.
Kind of curious what Crisco has his weapon swaps bound to. He gets some weapon swaps that look like he doesn't want them at really weird times. Oh, and meanwhile, Fatso's finished off Octo and he's going into his final Maverick stage. About a stage ahead of, well, half a stage, I guess, ahead of TortaDiego.
It's good to note that you can do Flame Mammoth anytime after Storm Eagle. You don't have to, like, really deal with him, or there's no really big need because he doesn't have anything in the stage that you need.
Yeah, there's really no rush, and his weapon is Penguin's weakness, and you do Penguin first, so it's not like you need it until the refight. Oh, I forgot to look if Crisco grabbed the Mandrill Heart.
Yeah, he did it from what I saw, I think.
Alright, alright.
The funny thing about another thing with Flame Mammoth is you can actually time your tornadoes so that it actually damages them twice. I don't know if it's... I know it's faster, you can, like, make it so it hits them all the time. But I don't know if it caused, like, differences with leg or anything if you miss one.
If you miss a hit, it's mostly just time loss of firing another tornado. Okay. Sort of annoying.
So we see Zero has found the base of Sigma, and he's finally telling Mega Man, let's go fight him.
Yeah, I don't know how long Zero was really searching, considering it's like a floating island over the ocean. I feel like you could just see it. Ooh, Fatso gets the leap of faith.
I'm gonna say I don't know if he knows that. I know he probably knows I use task sleep, but wasn't sure that was gonna.
Yeah, I didn't catch the early part of the stage, so I don't know if he bailed out of one and went for the other. Ooh, not getting Vile Skip though.
I think something happened. He looked like he turned too soon from the wall, causing him not to kick.
Yeah, I think he intended to go for like a 7-pixel kick and then tried to kick slightly too soon and ended up falling. Definitely done that before.
Actually, I have no idea how much time in that long is, though.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Never really tested. I just know it's a bunch. Ooh, Hazy chopping off Octo's arms.
Making it easier, all you gotta do is just because you can't do anything else. He's just doing missiles, so it makes it real easy to kind of deal with Octo, which is probably cool in this kind of any percent where you don't want to take too much damage.
Yeah, especially if you're not too comfortable with the fight, and or didn't pick up a bunch of heart tanks.
Torta getting leap as well. That was a pretty good Vile fight, actually, on Fatso's part. That was really good. I always feel like Fatso practices Vile a lot.
It's like a deceptively hard fight. It's mostly because his invincibility frames are so low. Like, most bosses have a second of invincibility, but Vile has about a half a second.
So
and Rolling Shield is yeah, you just want to time your shots, but Rolling Shield is so slow. And it's easy to miss with because Vile can also jump. It's just, you have to stay really close.
Okay, so we're going for a charge strat with Winger here and Fatso.
Ooh, see if he gets the 2-stop double hit. Oh, he didn't get the luck for it. Yeah.
You need to go all left.
Yeah.
Torta getting some good patterns of Vile. All he was doing was kind of hopping around, which you can deal with by just jumping in the air and shooting him. But just take some timing wise.
Yeah. I think more importantly, he didn't take any damage, so he's looking in pretty good shape for the rest of the stage.
So, Spider, everybody's favorite boss when they first start doing this category.
Yeah.
The thing I actually learned today about Spider is, I did not realize this, but apparently the baby spiders do the same amount of damage that the mother spider does. I did not know that.
I think it's one less.
I swear I had 4 health one time and I died immediately with one of the babies. I'm like, what? I might be wrong, but man, that was crazy though. But Fatso's always been pretty good at this any percent, so he can read Spider's movements. Spider always has to take whatever bar he runs into first, so when you know that, you can guess where he's gonna land.
Yeah, there are some things you can do to like accommodate for baby spiders getting thrown out, so you can focus more on just reading the patterns.
Okay, so I was corrected by ColonelFatso, who's apparently typing in the chat at the same time. He says the bow spider does 8 and the babies do 4. Okay, so I was 4 for the babies.
Oh, right. Forgot the bow spider did so much damage on contact. Thought it was just like 6 or 4
I know why
or
I
something.
think 4, because I had armor, I think, one time.
Oh, yeah, I could do it.
So, Hazy was trying to do the dance. Kuinger was not playing around, though.
Yeah, I thought his position looked okay. I don't know why Kuinger's got out of it.
Anyways, that was still good, though. He didn't teleport much there, so that you can damage him whenever he showed up.
Yeah.
Torta doing pretty well in Spider. My bad, I'm kind of ignoring Crisco over here because I'm trying to pay attention to all 4 here.
Yeah, it's if someone's lagging behind a bit, it's difficult to double back in commentary and talk about what they're up to. Looks like he got the Vile Skip just fine.
Yep. That's how it's supposed to look, where Zero's text box just disappears completely. So, Fatso, I think, only got one gap jump, which those are really difficult. I'm so glad I do X4. Those are free.
If you want even more free gap jumps, play the DOS version of this game.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen somebody play that before. I don't know who it was.
It's so bad, but the gap jumps are so good.
Slides from Torta on his side here.
Typical.
You gotta love the birds in all of like the X games, because even birds in Mega Man X4 or X2, there's a bird, is there? Oh, ostrich. Well, he's not that much of a problem.
Yeah, in the speedrun he's not a problem. I feel like in a casual playthrough he's more of an issue.
Yeah.
He's like honking and running around and knocking you about. In speedrun you just kind of ignore all that. Meanwhile, Fatso's taking care of
weird ring though, yeah.
It's a really awkward situation if you've taken care of the nose and both eyes are still alive. Because you can see like the little eye sockets, you can barely see the edges of them, so you have so little space to work with and identify what's happening. Oh! TortaDiego.
Oh, he Nero'd. No. Oh.
Yeah, what happened there was when you beat one of the Mavericks, you lose control of X. So he lost control just over the pit, so there was no way of recovering from that.
And Nero did that in one, I think, during that 100% tournament or something.
Yeah, in a race against Louise.
He Hado just as like he fell off or something, and yeah.
Yeah, he was doing the Hadoken at the same time Eagle was doing one of those tornado moves that just blow you away and don't do damage. Oh, Crisco's going for a bit of a relatively safe strat on Bow Spider, just using the uncharged ice so he can keep his distance.
Which, if you're new to this game, that is a good strat to do, because then you can like kind of see better of where he's gonna land. But
TortaDiego finishing off Eagle with Buster instead of C-Sting.
I think he's trying to save
conserving ammo, right, because he had just died. That makes sense. Never mind.
And he's going to do a charge here, so he's really going to be low here. Yep.
Yeah, he's going to have to fight Rangda with a lot of Buster.
The one thing I noticed about Sting is it takes 2 for one of the ammo chips to disappear, so, you know.
Yeah, it gives you... It's... I feel like a lot of all the Mega Man games have a weapon like that, and it just takes 2 or more per pellet of ammo.
So, if I remember correctly, Pink Shot keeps doing 1 damage, so you really don't want to be doing that a lot of times.
Pink Shot against Bow Spider is difficult because you have to keep your distance. Like, when you fire the Pink Shot, like, all around X takes 1 damage. Ooh, there's so much dying going on right now. Stop it.
Holy cow, man. Oh.
Crisco's death is pretty reasonable, though. Even the second one, like, that's right at the start of the stage. Totally doesn't matter. Except for possible future game overs.
He's having a hard time trying to, like, land on the platform. Which, if you're, like, slow, you can miss. So... Uh-oh.
What weapon are we going for on Hazy's?
Pink Shot it is. ColonelFatso's on D-Rex, which is a really fun boss if you know how to use him. But if you don't, he's just gonna chomp you.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun boss to go against, but also can be really scary. Looks like Fatso's getting kind of an easy pattern. This is what you really want, is this attack, because D-Rex can do nothing at all while it's happening. But once D-Rex gets below half health, he starts moving super fast and can just zoom all around, push you everywhere, shove you into walls, chomp you, and it's like all of his attacks also do a lot of damage. It's easy to get hit.
When it comes to D-Rex, the actually sticking on the walls is a really bad idea. So, kind of want to stick around and just avoid them on the floor if you can.
Yeah, if you're too close to the wall when D-Rex slams into it, then you also get stunned. It doesn't do damage, but you can also just be hit and hurt while you're in the stunned animation. Ooh, going for the het dog. Oh, he gets a pretty reasonable pattern, actually.
Just hopping around, which I think is actually pretty useful if you know how to like use the ice shots and reflect them off the wall.
I feel like that kind of pattern is mostly good because it means you're not going to get hit. Honestly, like some patterns are good for damage output, but you'll possibly or even likely get hit in the process. But that one, it's not necessarily the fastest, but he's full health, and that's really valuable going into Wolf Sigma.
Wow, that was too close to that last Sigma part. I thought he was gonna bonk.
And TortaDiego closing in on Mammoth and D-Rex. If Fatso dies here, it could actually be really close.
I was saying it could be really. Oh, the hands are trolling.
Yeah, if the hands do that at the start, you have to be so careful. You kick, you pretty much just get hit immediately.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go. Good job, Fatso. Nice work, man. Hazy going with the cutoff of the arms with Octo again.
Alright, looks like Fatso finished up with a 32:36 race bot time. 32:33 on his actual timer, as you can see.
That was a pretty good time, considering the category. Torta's right behind though, so not too far pace here.
Right, Crisco's heading into Armadillo skip. Oh, boomerangs.
Something happened.
I hate when that happens.
Oh, went too far forward. I saw that he was walking too much.
Yeah. You have to walk to a pretty particular spot in front of the door, so that way the ice sled shoves you past the camera lock trigger and just immediately into the door.
Some nice D-Rex movement from Hazy. Ooh.
Yeah, looks like he's playing it pretty careful. Ooh, and he gets the nice pattern toward the end.
Yep.
TortaDiego at half health.
Yep.
Half health, but that's not too bad. He did grab the sub-tank in Eagle stage.
True.
So if he really needs it, he might have a bit of juice.
So the funny thing about Jedi Sigma is he always seems to do this back and forth thing every time you're on the wall. No matter what, that's why you're able to goad him into hitting the walls with Spark.
Yeah, he's kind of like Velgarder, the dogfight, in that if you're on the wall, he'll try to like, climb up to hit you that way. I think the dog also has attacks that can just reach you anyway, so you might do those as well. But Sigma has nothing that can reach the top half of the room except for the climbing. So he always does it. At least from the left. From the right, it's actually kind of weird. You can kind of wiggle in place. Ooh, TortaDiego taking a death.
That lightning will do 12 damage. Ugh. Probably the main reason if you played this game as a kid and did not know Hadouken at all, you probably died because of that stuff a lot of times.
Yeah. Yeah, this boss is why you as a kid would want like all the hearts and 4 sub-tanks. Or 3 sub-tanks if you were dumb like me and didn't figure out how to get all the sub-tanks.
Which one were you missing?
I think it was the one in Mandrill. Like I just like it. I never put 2 and 2 together that you just grab it with the boomerang. I was like, how do you get in there?
I knew people used to tell me that they didn't know you could use Ice Sled for Kawanger, and that they used to just revisit his stage to grab the heart that way. Like,
Yeah, I used Ice Sled for that because I never used boomerang. Like I just straight up didn't consider that boomerang could grab items.
wow.
I wasn't very bright. Okay. Ooh, TortaDiego.
Oh, big clothesline there.
A game over on that stage is actually pretty nice because you definitely don't need to farm ammo now.
And Hazy is done with his run. Don't know what his time is.
Hazy done at 36:25 race spot time.
Drago wants to know, Zam, is this why you became a human wiki for this game? Revenge for your childish lack of sub-tanks?
Maybe. He could be right. My past failures haunt me.
Wow, that Wolf Sigma, that was crazy. What's with the flame? Like, that was like 4 times. I don't see
Yeah, that was... He really wanted it, but TortaDiego knew better. He dodged everything. Ooh. Off to a weird start.
Oh, he went down right away. What's up with that? Oh, don't... Oh, Torta, no.
Yeah, Sigma always tries to, like, kind of match your elevation. If you're above him while he's at a wall, he'll go up next. And if you're below him, he'll just start his way down.
Yep.
I think he just kind of accepted that he was gonna die there once he got Sigma going the wrong direction first.
Oh, Crisco went for it. He was trying to kill D-Rex before he could shoot the beam or the blast and lost. So D-Rex does take double damage from dash lemons, so he may be able to do that. I don't know what else he's gonna do here. Yep.
Yeah, there he goes. Didn't try to get greedy with it that time. Getting greedy when D-Rex is going to shoot that shot actually usually works out, or at least it can, but you know, when you need it most, that's when you'll just die.
Tor's is still working on Jedi, who seems to not like Torta too much today. What's going on with that?
Looks like he's at least got him in a reasonable pattern, going left every time.
There we go.
It can be kind of difficult at times to bait Jedi to go the way you want him to go, specifically because, like, he can either block or do nothing when he gets to the ground, and that can determine when you want to place the spark on the wall. So it can be really awkward because he always tries to face you, and whatever direction he's facing when he starts his attack, like, will determine what direction he goes.
Tortosen getting some good hands there. Oh, and done at 39-31. No thanks to Jedi Sigma a few times there. But still good run nonetheless.
Crisco with some swag boomerangs before starting the fight proper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Velgarder jumping up off the walls just like his master.
The funny thing with difference is that if he gets too high, he'll like bonk and then roll on the floor. Don't understand that, but it's a thing.
Crisco playing it pretty safe on this, not doing a whole all the way up and down pattern, just keeping Sigma right where you can hit him.
Yeah.
Alright, easy peasy.
There we go.
One more boss to go.
The easiest of them all.
Oh yeah. No one has problems with this boss.
Majora's Mask. Let's do this.
Dude, I can't believe they ripped off Capcom's intellectual property with Majora's Mask.
Oof. Don't want to take another lightning hit. I think they'll kill him. Now I will.
Ooh. Does he have anything in the sub tank?
Oh. Could not do it fast enough. That hand was like, nope, come back here.
Pretty sure he grabbed the sub tank. I don't know if he's got any juice in it. He's gonna farm up a bit. Come in more prepared for round 2. I'm not sure if we're gonna be waiting for Crisco to finish before ColonelFatso and TortaDiego start their next one, but
it might.
Yes, they could go whenever they wanted. I forgot to check how much Crisco has in the sub tank.
I didn't pay attention. Looking at chat type of thing. Something's going on with the weapon swaps here.
Yes, I mentioned that earlier. He gets really strange weapon swaps. Looks like completely by accident. I don't know what his control setup is like.
Oh.
And Crisco .duns at 43-32. I think he's just calling it and forfeiting this one, moving on to the next.
That's fine, man. We got it next time, man. If it takes some time, I would say, fix your controller or something. I don't know if it's like the controller itself or some control scheme you got, or if you're using the keyboard.
Yeah, it just looks like weapon swaps are too close to important movement buttons. I know he plays on an emulator, so I don't know like what kind of controller he's using, if he's using one. Dude, I wish I had 32,000 terabytes of RAM. I could finally be able to run Skype.
Huh. What's the point of Skype if you have Discord?
You know, just memeing about Skype like everyone else does.
So they should be getting ready for the next race here soon. I think they're trying to get the last one set up.
Oh, okay. Looks like Crisco's gonna try switching to his SNES.
Oh, okay.
Oh, looks like he's using a PS3 controller. Alright. Suppose it'll just be a couple minutes while we figure out the technical aspect of all this.
So then some background information of Mega Man X1 then. This was released in December 17th of 93. Holy cow, and we're still playing this video game.
It's okay, there are older games that people still play.
Yep.
I've watched streams of people doing high score attempts at the old arcade Donkey Kong game.
Like who can get the fastest points or something, or?
Just the most points.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
there are other challenges you can do besides go for speed.
Nah.
Fastest kill screen would be interesting though.
But there's another Capcom Mega Man game coming out, which is Mega Man 11 soon. Capcom is not really good on being on time with things, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, hopefully that ends up being pretty cool.
Not true, Fatso. I don't like shooting games. Ugh.
It's okay, you can be like Starvin Struthers and speedrun Super R-Type.
I can be like ColonelFatso and do shoot 'em up games.
Those are some good streams though, when he's doing shooting games.
Is it just me, or is it? It always triggers me to watch the demo. Always try to ice shot the like dirt grinder thing in Armadillo.
Oh, yeah. Demo does a lot of weird stuff, but it's a pretty good demo. It actually shows off like pretty much all the weapons and like abilities and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Compared to like the X2 demo that just struggles fighting CFO. And the X3 demo that just struggles in the intro stage.
You always gotta get the secret items, Fatso. Every time, even if it's not fast. Hmm. So here's another piece of information about Mega Man X I just looked up. I guess the word rock in Rockman is a reference to the music genre rock and roll and is meant to work in tandem with a sister robot Roll, which everybody knows. However, Capcom Consumers Division president changed the name from Rockman to Mega Man because he felt the title was horrible.
Yeah, they had to mess with a lot of stuff then too. Like, isn't Proto Man's original name Blues?
Yep. When he was not blue.
Yeah.
That was weird. And from my understanding,
so then they've got Forte and they name him Bass in the
Yep.
English version. It's like, all right, well, you make up your mind.
Yep.
Oh,
Rock
Hazy
and
showing
roll.
off the weirder Vile Skip variant where you get the Black Zero, the first appearance. Looking in through a window and then he turns into Vile. And then Vile can watch his own death.
Zero Vile. But yeah. It is funny how like certain things are change. If I remember correctly in the storyline, like the classic Mega Man and Mega Man X are actually two completely different robots or something, along with Proto Man and Zero.
Yeah. Like I think the way the lore works is that Dr. Light built X and wanted to do a lot of like systems tests to make sure it wouldn't be dangerous or something, but it was gonna last like longer than his lifespan, so he buried him in a capsule. And it didn't open up for a long time until like Dr. Kane found it.
Yeah. So, if anybody knows Dragon Ball Z, Dr. Light's Dr. Gero and Mega Man is Cell. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, kind of. He does absorb his enemy's powers, like Cell.
Mega Man stole my powers.
Alright, looks like Crisco's about ready, setting up. He's got the game on.
Another funny thing about Mega Man X, at least in X1 I noticed, was that he's supposed to be a fully robotic, like, robot, but he blinks like a person. I don't know what the purpose of him blinking is. There is no purpose for a robot to be blinking.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Does any
in general, he just gave him like a weird human face.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd just be a big weak spot.
Any percent get Hadouken? No. That would be 100%.
Well, I mean, everything's fair game. You technically could do that. It's just the difference between world records is about 4 minutes between any percent and 100%, so it's pretty much slower to pick up anything.
So he doesn't freak out humans? Yeah. You're probably right, ColonelFatso. Then again, you love talking about Mega Man X's story. The funny thing is, too, in the world of the X series, is that robots, any kind of robots, are actually supposed to be designed based off of X.
Yeah, like Dr. Kane found X's capsule, opened it up, and like kind of like reverse engineered how it was supposed to work and made Reploids that weren't as good.
Yep. You talk about the robot sniffles? That's right, I forget about that. The reason why you see everybody fighting each other is Sigma is known to be releasing a Sigma virus, and it's supposed to be messing with said free will of the robots, which is why they go rogue and attack certain locations. And yeah, they literally just have a cold and they're pissed off and they go and attack things.
Makes sense.
So the Sigma virus is supposed to be another thing too. The Sigma virus is supposed to be originally the Zero virus, but something happened where Zero, like, it reversed inside of him or something, and he became a good guy. So,
Yeah, there's that sick cutscene in X4 where there's the the epic showdown between Sigma and Zero, and then Sigma ends up beating him, but gets infected like right then.
So
like the transfer of the virus or whatever.
yeah, because Sigma was originally a good guy, and he apparently was fighting Zero, crushed the crystal on his forehead or something along the lines of it. And now Zero works for the Maverick Hunters, and Sigma does stuff that Dr. Wily does now. So
Yeah, Sigma just keeps making new bodies and messing around.
nope.
Looks like we're all getting ready to go.
All right, well that's enough for the background history of Mega Man X.
Yeah.
Even though you don't know any of that information from this game at all, even if you played this casually.
Oh, interesting. Crisco actually has the English version, Mega Man X. He's going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage on language choice here from text. Otherwise, it's pretty much identical.
Dragnar, there is an anime. There's also a manga or like a comic book type of thing. But yeah, it's supposed to give up more information about the story, but it's also actually have a lot of information in the booklet you would have gotten if you bought this game brand new. Back when they used to put stories things in the booklet, and we're off.
Back when manuals were more than just here's how to set up your console. Here's what the buttons do.
Here's actually what the character you're playing as. This is why you're playing it and what you're doing.
I mean, that's if they even include a manual at all. I think like a lot of 3DS games nowadays, it's just like, here's how to get to the digital manual in the game.
PlayStation does it too now. So we got some bees. Hazy, the only one with passive. Oh wait, Crystal with two.
Hazy's got plenty of health though.
And then a passive. So one passive is not bad. That's actually all right. You want to lose time or not lose health that way.
Is that the second time in a row that Crisco got like the worst B pattern? Where you get the second B passive? Hey, that sucks.
Hey, every race I've had so far, Drago and Sven, all were passive Bs. I've had to do the same exact thing. It's annoying. It's a bit of a time loss, but it won't make or break you. If you know the game, you can catch back up. But it's just your mindset is just like, come on, why?
Yeah, it's annoying having to do like a let's play strat in a speed run, but there's really not much other choice. It's like everyone made their way through the intro without pretty much any difficulty. No car shenanigans for Crisco this time. Hazy trying to win the fight.
Oh, he didn't take enough
right
damage.
armor is a little too powerful.
And here comes Zero on all the screens, trying to save the day or whatnot. Back when he had a Buster, not a Saber.
So far, ColonelFatso and TortaDiego are neck and neck.
Yep. Torta actually ahead. What's up with that?
Hazy's got a really slight advantage going into Penguin.
Funny enough with Torta, actually, he golded that intro, which is probably why he's actually doing pretty well, because he actually had a really good ship and everything, too, so...
Oh, nice. It's hard to keep track of who gets great what mid-stage. There's 4 people.
I'm trying to keep track of everybody. I apologize if I'm, like, focusing on certain people or whatnot. Yep. Blastoise, it's a best 2 out of 3 in these races. So in order to win the set, you have to win 2 races. Torta having some trouble with slope jumps. I know I didn't mention that before. The way slope jumps works, if you're going downhill, Mega Man will actually jump up and further out, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he jumps higher and moves faster. But yeah, going back to the best of 3, even this early in the tournament, this category is really volatile. So this kind of just gives everyone a chance. Like, on average, you wouldn't expect to have horrible things go wrong every time, you know? It's also relatively quick. So a best of 3 can be over in about an hour and a half. It's not an enormous commitment. Compared to, like, I don't know, a Zelda randomizer. Best of 3 would probably take a really long time.
Oh my god, that's like 3 hours, isn't it?
Probably.
That's if you get good items. So we got some penguins going on here. A jump from Fatso is not bad. Oh, and then we want the pattern Torta has. You want him to kind of sit there and not do anything.
Yeah, when he breathes the ice clones out, hitting him doesn't trigger his recoil. So you can actually get a couple hits in before he starts doing something else.
Oh, Fatso lost his charge. Another thing about that is that if you
Lazy did as well.
the thing with Mega Man is that if this is like all X games, if you release the charge at the moment, like, or even a few frames after you take damage, he loses it completely, which is weird.
Yeah, I think in some cases it can be even weirder. Like, you get into the recoil animation and then you release the charge and then come out of the recoil and then a shot just fires. Like, that's kind of odd looking. Ooh. Right toward the end of the fight, too.
Yeah, he was trying to get that last hit. That would have been a good fight, too. Dang. I did not see if Fatso went full right wall there.
No, he probably went for it at least.
He always tries to show
Yo, the
up with
gap
it.
jump at the bottom. That's the sickest way to, like, salvage a messed up movement. Just get a gap jump.
So we got some.
Dude, neither of these guys that are in the elevator are doing the recoil stuff off the wall.
I don't do it either. When I found out it doesn't save time, and I'm like, yeah, all right. I don't want to mess it up and then kill myself. Oh, Fatso with the first gap jump. That one's always pretty sweet looking. Oh, I missed the dash. I missed it again.
Dashing is the hardest part of the game.
It really is, because it takes like you have to like land first and then dash, and then because your mind is trying to beat it already, so you can easily mess up the dash.
It's especially difficult if you also have to turn around. Kind of have to either get the dash and jump on the same frame, or like just order all the inputs correctly. Because if you dash in one direction and then press your D-pad the other way, you start walking that other direction. You don't just like keep your dash going.
Fatso messing up the dance there. Sort of Torta bailed, actually. He could have had that.
It's like, at least Fatso salvaged it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ah. Oh,
Ooh, no! Oh.
Unfortunate.
The headbutt does 4, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong.
Yeah. He had some bad teleport luck too. Like, later on in the fight, Kawanger won't teleport on top of you, but he chooses where to teleport to, like, as he starts it. So I think at least once in there, Torta just tried to dodge to right where Kawanger was going and then just got hit. That's a somewhat common mistake. It's really better to just stay in one place toward the end of the fight unless Kawanger's actually doing a real attack.
Fatso got a nice cave there, actually. So, no issues there. Let's see.
All right, Crisco
Oh.
at least made it to the door. He got to the checkpoint. So even if he dies, he's going to be right here. He doesn't have to do the whole climb again.
Yep. Hazy having some bad rock placements. Ugh. Ooh, right on the exit too, man. That sucks.
At the final rock, that's just the demoralizing one. Just like, great.
Yep.
You couldn't just let me have it. You couldn't just let me escape. Oh, ride armor, let's go.
Mech strats. No! And Crisco took something there. Let's see here. I think I'm slightly behind. He had died. I didn't notice that until just later. Gotta love mech strats. In X4, there's a whole stage where you get to ride a mech. So if you want a mech ride, you know.
You can even fight the boss in the ride armor. How great is that?
Oh yeah, the other one, Dragoon. Yep.
Yeah.
Which is slower, but it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude. If only you could do that kind of thing in X1. Bring a ride armor into Mandrill fight. Have a punch out.
We're still trying to figure out how to get the mech or something up to Penguin's igloo so that...
Yeah, to eliminate the revisit.
Yep. Fatso trying to go for the faster climb there. This part always looks really cool to kill those stupid tanks.
Oh yeah, got death kick again.
There it is, back to back on Fatso's side. Look at that.
Missing that would have just about evened them up.
Yep. It looks like the commentator curse doesn't really do much against the person who does the commentating cursing, so.
Yeah, you can't curse Colonel Godso.
Top tier runner at SGDQ.
Ooh, did Hazy not even go for the sub-tank this time around?
Oh, I didn't look. I was looking at Torta. He was trying to go for the jump too, and he kind of slightly missed the initial kick. Going for that kind of small climb. Storm Eagle is the easiest stage. I would disagree. I still think Mammoth is still pretty.
I feel like Mammoth and Chameleon are a bit easier.
I feel like Mammoth is pretty straightforward.
It's pretty subjective, I guess. Just as long as you're not saying like Coanger's the easiest.
Ugh.
Oh boy, all the dives.
Poor Hazy.
Yo, but he got the guess at the end.
Yeah,
Free
nice job.
off-screen kill. Off-screen kills are really nice. They eliminate a lot of the lag that occurs during boss explosions.
Yeah, they get rid of the lag and everything. That's really cool.
It can be like a half a second sometimes. Oh, that's the kind of pattern you want from Thunder Slimer. Where he comes down almost immediately. Oh, Hazy's going for the other sub-tank. Okay.
I don't recall. Did he have like a bad ending or something in the first race? Or, I wonder why I went for that.
He might have just not gone for the Eagle one because he died immediately after in the previous race and just went for this one because it's a safer one to go for. Like, you're not going to fall into a pit attempting this one, you know?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if he like demolished it up or something and grabbed helmet by mistake or something.
Yeah. No, I think that's the fear in having like low percent in your title or splits or whatever and then get the helmet.
Torta is getting the ground Thunder Slammer, which is pretty... Oh, no, wait. Yep. So that's actually the one you want. You want him to kind of just sit there on the floor doing nothing.
Yeah. It kind of depends on what weapon you're fighting him with, too. Maybe going for Tornado exclusive, you might want him to just stay on the ceiling. Coming down's probably just fine though.
He was definitely trying to save a boomerang.
Crisco saved just enough to go grab that. Or not Crisco, TortaDiego.
Yep. I noticed that too.
Surprised I didn't make a mistake like that earlier.
So, one dive on Crisco, and nice. He came back down, shot some birds, which is fine in any percent because you can actually hit him with Sting pretty consistently.
Yeah. Like, diving is the only thing that really loses time in any percent. Diving once and then going up rather and then coming back down is a little worse than a dive, but if he kind of comes down all the way with several hits remaining, that's really nice.
So we got Crisco going bottom route there. Mammoth. I did notice that he goes Mammoth right after Storm Eagle. Hazy goes after Mandrill. And Torta and Fatso go at the end. So, like I said before, you can go to Mammoth anywhere after Eagle. So, I'm not really losing time doing it beforehand or anything else. Except for maybe a weapon swap or something in some later stages.
Yeah, I prefer... I kind of like Mammoth at least after Mandrill, just for the sake of not having Fire Wave in the way if you're fighting Thunder Slimer. But if you only use Tornado, then it's really not a big deal. Ooh, did Hazy just give up on the heart? Didn't see him pick it up.
I don't think so, yeah. He might have like a... He hasn't gone to Armadillo, so yeah, I think so.
I saw him attempting it a little bit when I looked away. That heart is kind of a pain to try to grab, just because the boomerangs don't necessarily want to do what you tell them to do.
I saw Hazy was like, I'm gonna kill that green guy as a tornado. Oh, wow. Crisco died. But I saw Hazy try to kill that green thing at the end with a tornado. I thought that was kind of humorous. So Crisco having some problems with Flame Mammoth, but this is any percent. It really, I mean, like...
TortaDiego lost the cart. Had to go back for it.
I think you fell through it, which you can do in this game.
Yeah, if you're like coming down and landing on the cart at the same time it's hitting a slope and jutting upward, you can just get clipped right through it. You have to be a bit careful with what you're doing. Ooh, nice. That was a slick fight from Crisco. Just standing right under Mammoth's Buster so he can't shoot him with the fire.
Colonel save strats, he took too much damage from the subs, and he had to wait for one of them to drop some health. Sadly, they were both small ones. He's trying to get more from the burrows. Octo needs it. Octo definitely probably needs it, so... I'm not gonna... No.
This is like in the top 3 or 4 like worst Mavericks to fight with a low amount of health. It's so easy to get hit by like everything. But one thing to keep in mind fighting Octo is it's way better to just get hit by his projectiles than to bonk him, because all of his projectiles do 2 damage, but contact does 4.
Oh, see, that's good to know. If you run this game at any percent and you know you're probably gonna bonk him, just bonk his attacks.
Yeah, even in Hundo. Like, I guess in Hundo you could just like crash into every missile or something in between rolling shields and just be like, to get a pretty good fast fight out of that.
That's what I do. I'm so used to 100% in this game. I'm just like, just bonk everything. Just make sure you hit it at the end of their iframes.
If your DPS is good enough, you can totally just play hit for hit with Octo.
Not bad rolls in Armadillo for Hazy, so that's good. Crisco having some hard time with the boomerang there with the Mandrill heart. The way the heart works from Mandrill, if you're trying to boomerang it, is when you kick off the wall, you want to shoot it pretty much at the height of Mega Man's kick, and then it'll circle around and grab it. So, if you're having trouble with that, that's usually just, kick off the wall, and there you go. One tornado. 2.
Not risking jumping into it.
Nope, I wouldn't either.
It's not necessarily worth doing if you can't mash out fast enough, or if you just really don't want to risk getting infinited.
Doesn't it lose time if he already sucks up 2 health?
Over chopping off his arms, yeah.
Yeah.
So if he takes 2 health from you, then that means you have to take an extra hit to finish the fight. Oh, and Fatso's done with the 8 Mavs while Diego's going into his final Maverick.
It can still be a close race. Anything can happen. Fatso trying to go for top tier strats, so anything, like, seriously, like, leap of faith can go wrong.
Yeah, he's got no safeties. So from here on out is like the dangerous and difficult part of the run.
Yep.
Like it just gets worse from here.
And he got the leap. Yeah, buddy. My boy Fatso, let's go. And then
Trying to curse him so bad, but this is not working.
he can't curse the curse. So,
yeah. He's gonna be showing off the vial skip this time.
Yep, that's right. He missed it last time. I forgot. Hazy always seems to cut off the arms, but he's doing it a little bit slow. You can time. Oh, dang! Crisco landed on the spikes of the.
Ooh, yeah, that can happen from time to time. If you're at walk speed, you just nail him. If you're at dash speed, you just gotta time cutting that corner.
Yep.
But the safest way to get around that mole borer is to slide down the final little wall right above it and just hold right.
Yep. All right, let's see this Vial fight. The Vial fights are really interesting to watch. At least I like them a lot. So.
That was a pretty clean fight. There was some early hits in there, but he didn't take any damage. Like even not necessarily just the damage, but even the recoil actually matters because you recoil for about a half a second, and his invincibility frames are about a half a second. So it's kind of like missing a hit if you haven't hit him and you get hit.
Yep, I can see that. We got a leap on Hazy. Let's see, Torta.
Ooh, that was a pretty slick way to get the leap. Don't get killed though.
No.
Not like this.
You pink freaking, oh man.
Alright, he made it.
Oh.
Salvaged. Easy.
Good job, Torta,
Fatso got the double hit.
Yep, see, that's how you get it. You want Coenga to go all the way left, and the thing will circle all the way around and hit him by the time his iframes are ended, so.
And the reason you want to do that with the charged torpedo is that the charged version does 4. So hitting him twice just saves a hit on the fight overall.
I think Torta might have missed, Okay, good, he got it. Well, Vial's walking.
Oh, is he gonna soft lock? No, okay.
No.
Those text boxes all finished before zeros. Were like anywhere near going.
Hazy getting a good Vial as well. No damage taken. I do gotta give these guys props for doing this all without armor. Like, that is just Looney Tunes to me. So.
Yeah, from here on, new bosses and a lot of enemies just do so much damage. Vial does 4 damage while his actual attacks and 8 damage on contact. So if you have in low percent, that means you can die in like 2 body hits.
Nice spider on Fatso. Fatso's PB is 3130, which is somewhere like number 10 or something like that now. Thanks to Walrus and a few other runners.
He's 17 seconds off the record.
Yep.
Oh, Hazy got the dance but got grabbed.
Oof. I was watching Torta's climb, which was pretty clean, actually. I like that. No charges there, but that's, I mean, not really losing too much time there.
Crisco handling Octo without his arms pretty nicely. That fight can actually be a little tricky, depending on what kind of jump patterns you get. Just because it's, like, if he's jumping and shooting missiles, it's easy to get hit.
And that was a gold on Crisco, so that was actually pretty good on him, man.
Yeah, he saved 6 seconds there. I don't know how that compares to his previous gold, but it seems solid.
Yeah, I'm watching Fatso. Penguin is just having fun, just sliding. I think it was
Penguin likes to do.
I think it was 4 or 5. I think I miscounted.
4 or 5 is above average. That's when you start hating this game, is when you get like 5. Obviously you'd like 0, but I think going up to like 2 slides is still okay.
3 out of 4 gap jumps for ColonelFatso. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Crisco. That's what we were worried about in that other leap of faith attempt. That purple guy coming out of nowhere, knocking you away from the wall.
Torta, figuring out spiders' patterns pretty cool, so don't think any babies. Which is really good. You don't want babies in that. That's a time loss every time. No, Crisco.
Ooh.
Dash.
Platforms are really awkward to deal with.
They can also eat your dash, which is really annoying.
Yeah, if you're standing on them and start walking, then you can't actually dash until X is fully in his walk animation, which is about 1/10 of a second. So it's really easy to just like press right, then press dash, and have nothing happen. You're just walking.
It was a really good fight in Rangda. Fatso, let's see. That's 2.
Crisco really recently got a game over, so he should be fine on extra lives for a little while. Like, no risk of game over in the stage unless he dies like twice.
Wow, double slide. There you go, Penguin. Fantastic.
Finishing him off with his own weapon. That's just rude.
That was like 5 slides. That was terrible. It was doing just fine, and then all of a sudden, Penguin's like, nope, I'm gonna keep sliding.
That's the second time I've seen Hazy do that wall kick off that left platform before the Eagle refight. I don't know if that's planned or if he's just like forgetting to jump there and falling off and just doing a wall kick.
I think Fatso messed up that charge. He was trying to do like a CFO strat on Sting. I didn't quite catch it, but something happened. He didn't have a second charge.
Oh yeah, you want to cut that as close as possible. You could have just released it early, or missed a shot in there and gave up on it. I wasn't watching super closely.
So blue eye on Hazy, which is good. Oh, that was almost a 1 cycle from Rangda.
Alright,
Fishman up on Fatso's side.
Yeah. That post-nose fight for Hazy was kind of what you really want, where one eye's already dead and the other eye isn't even at full health. Otherwise, it's just so annoying. Ooh, Diego came really close to those spikes. Gonna give me a heart attack.
Fatso corrected me. He says, "Am I high?" Apparently, he got the CFO. I must have missed it. My bad, Colonel Fatso. My apologies. Colonel Fatso with the safe strats. What are you doing over there, Fatso? Oh my God. You're ruining the speed run.
Unacceptable.
Colonel Frog.
Give him a 12-minute penalty for doing that.
Oh, Torta wasn't even trying. Oh, I think he double tap dash. No, that definitely looked like double tap dash. She was trying to inch forward, and Mega Man was like, "Oh, let's just dash to the door."
Oh yeah, that happens all the time. You really need to be consistent with your movement getting to where you need to go. Just because of double tap dash, you don't have any time to correct because the ice sled's forming at the same time.
Wow, Fatso's getting a really good D-Rex pattern right now.
Oh, D-Rex stealing the center stage though. Gotta have to walk to the middle. Ooh, Crisco showing off the fancy bow spider stuff you don't see too often. If you climb above bow spider while she's going down the ropes, it throws out more babies at you.
As if 4 wasn't already enough.
Yeah, well, 4 is the max, so if there are already 4, I don't think it happens, but if there are fewer than that, then definitely some more get thrown out.
True. Stay left. There you go, Crisco. I was like,
Nailed
there's a free pillar. Stay on the pillar.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I hate so much about the chopping the arms off Octo fight that happened to Hazy. You get 2 boomerangs in, and then Octo does an energy drain. Like, great, This is exactly what I wanted to avoid.
Best of both worlds. I'm already losing time because of boomerangs.
Yeah.
All right, so
fire wave, let's go.
Fish manip on Torta, oh yeah. Oh, that missed.
Crisco having a little trouble with this pit again.
Oh,
he's got it.
it though. Yep. He
but then he beefs the charge on recoil. I hate when that happens, dude.
Yep. And that's like in a lot of, I think all the Mega Man games. I don't know, like if they did that on purpose or they were just like, heh. Torta taking a bit of damage. He might want to go top rough for this one. Probably. I don't know what he's gonna do. We'll see. Oh, thunder right off of freaking Fatso's side. That's terrible. Way to go, hands. Sigma's like, you don't want to catch these hands, bruh.
Ooh.
That was a clean... Oh, no. I'll be quiet. So, Hazy is dealing with D-Rex.
Alright. Fatso, by the skin of his teeth, finishes his second run.
Hazy trying to get... No! I saw him jump. I'm like, that was the wrong time to do that.
Oh, something else that can also make fighting D-Rex that much more annoying is standing on the bottom half can also eat your dashes, and I think the same way. So sometimes you can like be up there, you know you need to get away from a chomp, but then your dash doesn't happen. Up and over the fireball.
Yep.
Yo, Torta and Hazy are like right next to each other.
D-Rex was having fun with his bottom part, just smacking back and forth for Hazy. That was not very helpful there.
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing that can happen in that fight. It's so easy to get slammed into a wall and then like run over by the car.
All right, Rango, let's see what you got. Ringda with 2 green eyes. You've got to be kidding me, Ringda. You got to be like this. All right. So we
Green
got some
eyes
damage
matter
in
a
the
bit
eyes.
less than in they matter a bit less than in 100%, but they're still annoying getting green eyes.
That's good to know that you don't lose as much time, because in 100% you lose a lot of time thanks to green eyes.
Yeah, compared to like a red eye that moves or a blue eye.
So I think Torto was trying to do head dog or something there.
Yeah, it looked like a kind of like a hybrid opening of like the normal strat and het dog. I don't think it necessarily matters, just because like the dash lemon does 2 and then the ice sled does 4, so it's equivalent to doing just 2 uncharged ice. But I guess it could be a little faster. I haven't really timed out that part of the fight.
Oh, Crisco having some difficulty with the armadillo.
I've seen a lot of messed up Dillo skips in these races.
It really is, you know, difficult. I mean, if you think about it in like kind of like a just a glitch perspective, because you have to like place Mega Man in like what 3 to 4 frames of certain areas so that he pushes past the mark. And if you do it too short, you'll trigger it. And if you do it too soon, you'll walk right past the trigger.
Yeah. Like there's just a lot of factors that make it difficult. Like you have to place both yourself and the ice sled in the right positions. And after you place the sled, you only have so much time to work with to get in position. And you don't have very much time to adjust your position if you're in a bad spot. And you don't have very many chances at adjusting, because if you double tap, you just dash. And that completely ruins it.
So a second apart between Hazy and Torta. Good lord.
It's a shame they weren't matched against each other.
It really was a close race. That would have been interesting for sure. Fatso taking both wins, and so is Hazy. So he's gonna definitely try to keep on going with this. We still got Crisco though. He's still got to keep going. Mandrill trying to Mike Tyson things.
Oh yeah, as Mandrill loves to do.
What even is a mandrill? That's like a monkey or something, I think.
Yeah, it's some kind of primate. They actually do have like that kind of face that Spark Mandrill has. It's like a pretty distinctive face on the Mandrill. It is kind of a weird animal to go for on like the first Mega Man X game. Like all the known common animals that you could go for, you go for the Mandrill.
Well, Kawanger's a beetle, and I'm not really too sure, you know, going with a beetle either, but hey. Then again, after Mega Man X, the Mavericks, they're actually called differently in each game, but the Mavericks are, like, they get bigger and bigger each game goes by.
I think X5, they put a stop to that. I think they were a lot smaller in that one, right?
Yeah, some of them were. Then there, what? Wait, isn't that one Doc McWhalen? He's pretty big.
Oh yeah, Duff McWhalen has that one. Yeah.
So we see.
I meant as like a general thing though. Like in X3,
Yeah.
they're all friggin' huge. Hornet, buffalo, catfish.
Oh my god, catfish! Catfish reminds me of the next 4. Frost Walrus is humongous in the next 4.
Oh yeah. But anyway, enough about other games. We still have someone playing. Crisco. Going for the strat he used before. Look at this, like he can't hit him. Shoots right over his head if you stand right there. So if the conveyor belt's going left, it's really nice to just stand there.
Crisco was having some problems with Octo, so he had to like tornado like 3 to 4 times or something like that. Crazy. So the interesting thing about boomerangs is when you jump upwards and you shoot it, the boomerang will follow apparently Mega Man's momentum. Oh, dang it.
Ooh, dash just a little too soon. His dash was coming to an end right when that was coming out.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Lost Soul. They're whirlpools. I am an uncultured swine.
Oh, right.
I keep forgetting.
But yeah, in this game, when you dash, your hitbox is significantly shorter. It's about half, might be exactly half. I don't remember. So you can just dash under that attack, but standing, you get nailed by it.
Oh, good to know. So we gotta do some dash limits here. Don't do pink shot. That's not gonna.
Well, pink shot could be okay. Yeah, pink shot did some damage. It's just like when you're too close, pink shot doesn't do the same damage. It's hard to describe. Like, you know, when you fire the pink shot can hit behind you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a round X takes damage when you fire, but that's not including the shot itself. So if you just keep your distance, you can actually use the damaging shot.
Oh, I didn't know that. I always thought it was like. I always thought it was a terrible. I mean, the shot is coolly designed, but I always thought it was like just a terrible like damage output. But that's good to know. I always thought that was just like a lemon type of shot.
Yeah, it can be pretty often, just because if you hit from like anywhere near yourself, it doesn't do very much damage against bosses. It shreds weaker enemies though, like or enemies that don't have invincibility frames.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
Like a point blank pink shot on those big standing blue guys. I think they're called gunvolts or something. Like pieces of the pink shot will actually carry through because it does so much damage. But if you fire it from far away, it doesn't kill it at all.
Oh. Because I see that in 100% in Mandrill. If you guys try to do.
Yeah.
Like,
to avoid the tornado. So you don't have to wait for the tornado, that's better. Crisco's in a bit of a dangerous spot here.
He's doing the same thing he did last time. He's keeping Sigma kind of in the same landing spot so that he doesn't take damage.
Yeah, he's keeping him in a really tight loop, so it's much less likely to mess up.
I hope he uses Z-Tank right away or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he picked one up, so you should see him go for that at the start of the fight.
There we go.
Yeah, he even had a pretty good amount in it. If this were me racing in that situation, I'd have like 3 health worth and just be like, well, great, still dead.
Oh, 12 damage from the lightning. Gotta hate that.
Ooh.
Come on.
You could do it.
More.
The Deathless Wolf Sigma. Yeah.
Whatever he used controls-wise, it helped him this time, but good job completing those runs, man. That any percent really is a chore. And even Zam here, who was like second place or something like that, is top tier runner. This run is not easy.
Not easy to finish Deathless.
I always, give my hand up for anybody who finishes the run, seriously.
Yeah. But yeah, looks like our results are ColonelFatso takes it 2-0 over TortaDiego, and HazyPerspective also with a 2-0 over CriscoWild.
Yep. Still pretty good runs, everybody. I say give them up, give them a good job, follow them, all that jazz, do all that stuff.
Give these guys a follow.
They all do a lot of Mega Man stuff. Crisco pretty big on trying to just, do other games at the same time. Torta's pretty known to do a lot of other stuff himself. ColonelFatso does a lot of X and Classic. So I would definitely see what's up with them, see what they do. See how good they are actually without the race setting, because
if you like seeing the intro stage.
Yeah, especially for Fatso.
Yeah. And Crisco streams on Stream Me a lot, so if you want to give him a follow, you can check him out on that website. I think that's the main one that he prefers. And he also just dual streams on Twitch.
So yeah, and then shout outs to Speed Gaming for all these tournaments hosting, because that's really cool. Like seriously, trying to show all these races, especially to certain people. I keep seeing the same people doing like a lot of the restreams. Shout outs to you guys that don't get mentioned too often.
Yeah, Feasel and everyone doing restreams.
I see
4 channels on Speed Gaming organizing these tournaments,
I'm always
coordinating everything.
Yeah, I'm always seeing Mythical do everything too. So
Yeah.
you know, if you want to give a high five to someone else, the people that are behind everything too. So
And if I recall correctly, Speed Gaming has a Patreon now. You can check that out.
There you go.
And checking the schedule for this tournament, looks like that's all for today.
Yep.
But there's more coming up tomorrow,
Berlin
starting
Dude
at
is doing
1 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Oh, dude, yeah, Berlin's is going in.
He's back to
Back to back, yeah.
That should be a good race. Berlin Dude is pretty well known guy. Pretty chill. He's against Japham and Two Stop. I think I heard a little bit about Japham. Don't know too much about Two Stop, unless that's someone else's different name or something.
Two Stop, the Yoshi Island God.
Oh.
He also has a good PB in Mega Man X any percent. He's got a 31-41. Maybe that's an old PB. He definitely has a 31.
So he's definitely top tier. I would watch out for this guy.
Yeah, I believe he's definitely the favorite against Berlin Dude, but we'll see what Berlin Dude can bust out. I know Berlin is a fan of 100%, so I don't know necessarily how much any percent he's practiced or how well versed he is in not picking up a lot of safety items.
I do know Berlin Dude does a lot of his what do you call them, like
he did a lot of trifectas or
yeah, those fectas of his. So
yeah,
he does
multi-game runs.
He does a lot of different ones, so he mixes it up with any percent and everything. So those are gonna be the good races tomorrow. I don't know if we're doing like a interview or something we want to do with Fatso or something. I have no idea what's going on yet. Unless there's like Mario, because I know Mario Odyssey's been doing a lot of tournament stuff lately.
Yeah, I think most of the runners are already out of the SRL channel. So I don't know if we can find them to bring them in. Or if anyone even wants to.
Yo, did someone say interview?
Yo!
Oh, Torta, here we go.
What's up, y'all?
What's going on, man? How do you feel about your run, I guess?
Oh, it was horrible. No, it was alright. It was fun. That was the main thing, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of
certainly.
fun.
Yeah. Kinda hard to keep up with the Fatso, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, seating kind of ruins things for some people.
ColonelFatso having time to speed run and correct me in the chat, so.
How do you feel about the matches for the rest of your group, though? You got M-Doys and Air Nathan coming up.
I'm excited for them. I'm really cool with both of those dudes, so it should be fun as well. M-Doys, it should be a really good match. Kind of like the match against me and Hazy that was kind of going on. We were actually pretty close on that last one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
If you guys were actually racing each other.
You guys are all going like, no armor strats, so I was like, dang.
Yeah, that's the thing when with any percent going armorless, it's anyone's game till the end.
Yeah, just never take a hit. It'd be great.
Yeah, you just gotta be clutch Fatso.
Just do what Fatso does.
Top tier every time. How you feel about your run so far, Fatso?
Well, I mean, they weren't very good, or at least not up to the standard that I want to keep. But
Yeah, a couple of 32s. Sure, you're
Casual.
furious with that performance.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like I'm furious. It's just I don't know. I didn't have much time to warm up today, and I have been neglecting the game lately. So hopefully,
Oh yeah, you're also
my
in the Mega Man 1 tournament. How's that one going along for you?
well, it's going okay, I guess.
It's
I'm
going.
still not sure if I'm making it out of groups there. But yeah, like nothing incredibly bad in those runs except for missing Vile Skip the one time.
Oh yeah, right on the first run there.
I died to Coanger twice on both of the runs, so I should probably learn how to tango with him. Because as of right now, I just kind of dash back and forth with that guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
learn the dance, and you'll never die on that fight again.
Hmm.
Well,
Unless you miss time and get grabbed, that does a lot of damage.
Getting the horns.
Yeah, just gotta keep them headbanging.
Every time. Just become ColonelFatso, you'll be fine.
no, don't become me. So,
Let's see.
I guess there's Mario Odyssey coming up next.
Yep. So I think Mario Odyssey's coming up next. I guess. Yep.
Yeah, it sounds pretty exciting. I think I'm gonna watch that. Mario Odyssey is a pretty hype game.
Yeah, I haven't watched too much, but it is pretty cool to see.
It is it's a pretty fun speed run to see with a lot of the. Well, he rolls around a lot, but
He rolls around, bounces off the hat.
so
Pretty wild considering I haven't like watched any Mario Odyssey, or I haven't played it and I haven't really watched very much. So it's wacky to see.
that's definitely the word for it. It definitely is wacky compared to like Super Mario 64 and everything. So, but stay tuned for that for sure because it's a lot of fun to see with Mario taking over people's heads.
And speaking of Mario 64, appears that Mario 64 70-star tournament's going on in Speed Gaming 3 right now. So if you prefer that one, that's going on.
A lot of speed gaming channels. I think there's 4, right?
Yeah. Final Fantasy 1 randomizer tournament on the main Speed Gaming channel. And I believe that's about it for us.
Yep. So I'm gonna head out myself. Good races, both of you guys, and all the other runners out there.
Thanks,
Moving
guys.
forward.
A lot of
So
fun.
keep practicing, get better.
Yeah. Show us some
Until-
sick 31s next time, Fatso.
Yep. Until next time.
Okay, fine, if you say so.
There you go. Meanwhile, at the same
And
time,
you too, Diego.
Yeah, 31 out of nowhere.
at the same time, Fats will get a 19 at Mega Man 1.
Oh my god.
I think you could do it.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Take it easy.
Alrighty, later, guys. Thanks for
Later.
watching.